us for today's day 20 of the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey. We are on day 20. I do want to give everyone a few more minutes to get logged in.
Hallelujah. Yeah. I receive blessed miracles. I can't tell you what happened. 1 minute feeling hopeless, the next minute we laughing. Medical conditions met with the power of fasting. Learning secrets that are frequently kept from the masses. I'm blessed in the city, blessed in the field. Blessed to have everything available in your will. Blessed to overcome my flesh, it be giving me chills. Blessed to see humility get destroyed and rebuilt. My wife's room is blessed even though we lost to. Revelation a blessing, the situation was awful. A weapon formed, my wife almost lost her light, but I called you. When she woke up, guess that demon got his throat cut. Relationship tribulations, they almost broke us. Formerly under pressure, I wasn't solid, I would fold up. Scared to stand on what I said I believe, but you know what? Blessings come down with faith and obedience go up. Blessings, 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 blessings.
Oh, it's bringing me joy. Blessings. Oh, I receive blessings. Oh, it's bringing me joy. Blessings. Oh, I receive blessings falling down on me.
All right, you guys. Thank you again for joining us for this day 20 of the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey. We are here on day 2 of another week. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed day 1 yesterday. I hope you got your week started with a very productive and grateful atmosphere and energy. Okay, you guys. I am grateful for the opportunity to get back into this workshop week. I am grateful for the opportunity of presenting to each and every one of you. I am grateful for the people who took out the time in their day to get logged on to this workshop, as we are working each and every day to be a better person than we were the day before. All right. Being a better person often takes work on our part. It takes effort on our part. The most high's part is already done. So we are here at this point to do our part. We are here to do the work that is required of us. We are here to be accountable for our actions, our decisions, our words, our life. We are here to be accountable for what we do, how we think. We are here to be accountable for our moods, our emotions, our spiritual health. And we are here to be greater, to increase in every way in which we can, in every area of our lives. So I am grateful for those of you who are dedicated and committed to showing up each and every workshop day with a mind and a heart that is receptive to renewal, that is receptive to increase, that is receptive to getting better, that is receptive to doing better, that is receptive to being better. Life is to be lived, and we were created to live a life in the most exceeding and abundant way. So I am grateful that we are being proactive in choosing to make sure that we live our lives to the maximum potential possible. I am grateful that we are all here on one accord to make sure that we live this life that we have been given the opportunity to experience each and every day. above ground, as the old folks used to say, as the elders used to say back in the day. Each and every day above ground is a blessing. And so we are grateful, grateful, grateful for the blessing and the gift of the present. All right. And before we go any further, you guys, I do want to go ahead and get opened up with a prayer, because I have to always open up with the prayer and close the workshops with the prayer. All right. So, Most High Yahuwah, I am grateful on this day. We are grateful, Abba Yahuwah, for all that you have done for us, all the things that you have brought us through, all the things and ways in which you have been there for us. We are grateful for your presence. We are grateful for the increase that we see in our lives now. We are grateful for the better that we see in our lives each and every day. We are grateful for the ability to use our limbs. We are grateful for the ability to have our senses. We are grateful, Abba Yahuwah. We are grateful for the ability to even log on to this workshop and attend, whether it be virtual or in-person sessions. We are just grateful for the opportunity. We are grateful for the support that we receive from one another. We are grateful, Abba Yahuwah. And I am grateful today that we have come together and we are receptive, Abba, to learning and to receiving what you have for us, Abba Yahuwah, by way of your word. I am grateful that we are ready to each shed off and reject and cast out and cross out and do away with anything that is not serving our highest and greatest good or not for our most divine protection, Abba Yahuwah. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart and mind be acceptable in thy sight, Most High Yahuwah. You are my strength. You are my deliverer. Yahuwah, you are my salvation. And I am grateful, grateful, grateful. So be it. So it is. So it shall be, you guys. All right. So as I stated, we are on day 20. Okay. We are on day 20 of the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey. The Soul Essence Empowerment Journey is brought to you by Images, where we are imparting motivation, achieving goals, and expecting success each and every day. But we are grateful for this opportunity. On day 20, our characteristic of the day is order. For those of you who are new to the workshop, we have one characteristic and one theme each day that we study so that we are able to implement this characteristic each day. Whatever the characteristic for the day is, we are going over it so that we can implement this in our lives. Or if we already have this aspect implement in our lives, then we increase in that particular characteristic, because we can always get better. There's always room for improvement. Even if you are doing great, there's always room for improvement, because great can be greater. That's why the word exists. Okay. So with the theme, what we do with the theme of the day is help to develop an understanding of what exactly the characteristic means and how it looks to us and how we can apply it to our daily life. All right. We make it easy to apply and implement because we increase in our understanding of everything that we are working on and talking about each day. So we'll see how it works for us and we'll see what we need to do to implement it. So the characteristic of day 20 is order. Okay. And the theme of day 20 is conquering. All right. So let's flow a little bit and discuss conquering before we move into the characteristic of the day. All right. For day 20, we're going to start off developing that understanding of how conquering, which is the theme, is correlated to order, which is the characteristic. And I'm going to start with a quote by William Gurnall, which says, "It is the image of Yahuwah reflected in you that so enrages hell. It is this at which the demons hurl their mightiest weapons." All right. But that's why they tell you that the battle is not yours. The battle is for the Most High. The battle is Yahuwah's. All right. Okay. So we don't have to be naive about it. We know that there are enemies and adversaries who are determined to steal our destinies or try to kill our heart or destroy everything that we care about. But we also know that the battle is already won. We also know that we are the victors. So we also know that all we have to do is get through whatever the situation or challenge is, because we are already triumphant. Okay. However, the enemy and adversaries want to convince us that we are not worthy of the Most High's love and that we are inadequate of achieving something great. How many of you know that is a lie? If you know that it is a lie, put that is a lie in the chat, you guys. The enemies and adversaries don't have to eliminate us, but what they can do is control our thoughts if we allow them to. That's why we have to guard our mind. Why we have to guard our heart. It would be easy to recognize and resist the enemy and all of his cohorts if they came to us and told us to overtly sin, go rob a bank or unalive somebody or something like that. We would automatically know, like, yeah, no, that's not right. You're doing too much, right? But the favorite ploy is to disguise himself as truth, an angel of light, and invade your thoughts with deceit that is just a little bit off center. Then a compounding factor, much like the rate of interest, begins to take over. The first thought gets built upon by another thought. A lie believed gets added to another lie until finally that single erroneous thought becomes a major controlling pattern in your life. That is why the scripture tells us about strongholds, right? Because that's what a stronghold is. It's a place of imprisonment. So then, right, when we see this place of imprisonment begin to form, it becomes the devil's business to keep the believer's spirit imprisoned. He knows that believing and justified believers have been raised up and out of the grave of their sins and their trespasses, right? So from that point on, Hasatan is going to work that much harder to keep someone bound and gagged or actually imprisoned in their own grave clothes, because Hasatan knows that if we continue with this kind of bondage, we are not much better than when we were spiritually dead. So in Ephesians, we are told that the battles we find ourselves in are not with other humans, but with the unseen beings that are quite real and dwell outside of our three-dimensional world of the earth realm that we live in. Okay. Ephesians 6:12 tells us, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. All right. So it's not the people that we're fighting. It's whatever demonic entity or low vibrational entity has access to that person's shell or temple based on their frequency that they're vibrating on, because that is what opens the doors, right? Your frequency is what's going to open the door or determine whether you have a benevolent spirit that is able to get to you or a maleficent one. Okay. So it's easy to ignore something or someone that you can't see. And many of us today aren't really sure whether or not we believe that such things exist. Well, many other people, right? I am definitely knowledgeable of the spirit realm, and I certainly know and believe that they exist. So it's not particularly my problem, but there are a lot of people that I come across who believe that these type of things don't exist, and that's exactly what Hasatan wants. So there's an author by the name of Gary Sutliff who finds that belief pretty surprising, since secular scientists, after a legacy of denial of anything beyond what can be seen and tested, are now postulating on parallel universes and other possible realms. There are many examples throughout the Old and the New Testament that speak clear. There are many examples throughout the Old and the New Testament, excuse me, y'all, that speak clearly about the reality of the cross-dimensional encounters and the consequences of not taking authority over such entities. You can't afford to be complacent. Your life depends upon you being vigilant and sober minded, just as First Peter 1 and 13 tells us. Therefore, gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and rest your hope fully upon the grace that is to be brought to you at the revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach, right? And how many of us have already seen that revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach and know that we are now making up the body of HaMashiach, right? Almighty Yahuwah has already equipped each and every one of us with the weapons that are necessary for us to win and conquer our thought life and any associated false reasoning and logic. We see this in 2 Corinthians 10:3-5, which says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but divinely powerful for the destruction of fortresses. We are destroying speculations and every lofty thing raised up against the knowledge of the Most High Yahuwah, and we are taking every thought captive to the obedience of Hamashiach." Again, that's 2 Corinthians 10:3-5. Make sure you guys are writing down these scriptures so that you can reference them yourself, okay? Because it's going to be important for us to understand that taking control of our thoughts cause us to gain control of our lives. We have inherited the kingdom of Yahuwah. We have inherited the kingdom of the Shamayim in heaven, and we've been given dominion over all adversaries. And we must think like it. We must live like it. We must walk like it. We must command any raging thoughts, like Yahushua HaMashiach commanded the sea to be still. Put good things in our minds. Philippians 4:8-9 tells us, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things, and the Almighty Yahuwah of peace and shalom will be with you. All right. Now, Dallas Willard says that there are thoughts and images, and these are the primary focus of Hasatan's efforts to defeat the Most High Yahuwah's purposes, and that a life of worship is the single most powerful force in completing and sustaining restoration of our soul. Bless the Most High Yahuwah, oh my soul. Bless the Most High Yahuwah, oh my soul, right? Nothing is orderly until man takes hold of it. So this is how this all flows into order, because in order for there to be order established, man has to take hold of it here in the earth realm. Everything in creation just lies around loose for man to have that dominion and authority over. So we have to take hold of it. All right. Now, our last workshop, we talked about the power of focus. Sometimes it's a challenge to not only set our focus on what we should, but to also keep our focus on what we should have it on once we get it there. So one of the tools or characteristics that will help us to keep our focus is learning to order our thoughts. If we keep our thoughts in order, we are able to keep our focus, okay? So Second Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15-17. All right. Second Ephesians chapter 5, verses 15-17. It says, "Look carefully then how you walk. Live purposefully and worthily and accurately, not as the unwise and witless, but as the wise, sensible, intelligent people, making the very most of the time, buying up each opportunity because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be vague and thoughtless and foolish, but understanding and firmly grasping what the will of Yahuwah is." All right. So let us stay focused by ordering our thoughts. Now, when it comes to order, okay, nothing will help us to keep order in our mind more than establishing order in our daily lives. I'm talking about making the most of our time each and every day and eliminating all time wasters. If your day is cluttered or full of toxic activities, so will your mind be cluttered as well. Junk time is just as bad as junk food. So let's take account of the empty time calories that make up the daily sustenance of our life in the form of television watching, internet surfing, magazine pursuing, or even gossiping with coworkers, family, and friends. As Paul told the Ephesians, do not live carelessly or unthinkingly in Ephesians 5 and 17, and make every minute count in Ephesians 5 and 16. So we're going to make sure that we do not live carelessly and unthinkingly, and we're going to make every minute count. A cluttered environment is a sign of a cluttered and confused soul. So we have to declutter our environment so that we can declutter our lives. We bring order to our closets, our drawers, our garage, our car, our finances, our relationships. And when we bring order into our lives, we help to dissolve any stress and tension and begin to awaken creativity. Order gives us clarity of thought and greater control over our time. Order brings freshness to our environment and vitality to our soul. Order allows us to plan our activities according to specific time frames. Losing time because of a lack of order will cost us dearly in the future. So we have to stick to a plan. We have to bring order to our health by going to bed at regular hours and eating on a regular schedule, as well as eating healthy. All right. So for our final point today, plan your work and work your plan. Establish order in your life. Proverb advises us in Proverbs 4 and 26, consider well the path of your feet and let all of your ways be established and ordained aright. The Most High Yahuwah, who is our Elohim, is an Elohim of order. Okay. Here's a quote by an unknown author, and it says, "This is the beginning of a new day. Elohim has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it or use it for good. What I do today is important because I am exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving in its place something that I have traded for it. I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not regret the price that I had to pay for it." All right, you guys, we've come to the portion of the workshop where you take a screenshot of this screen. If you do not have your workbooks, please remember that the workbooks are available for only $10 to you guys who are taking this workshop. Okay. If you don't have a workbook, that's absolutely fine because you still have this screenshot that you're about to take. You have to utilize this screenshot. These are action steps for your journaling. They just help to give you prompts that will get you flowing in your writing. Sometimes people have a difficulty just writing out their thoughts and expressing themselves. So these action steps for journaling are prompts to get you to flowing, all right, in your journaling assignment. Remember that the journaling assignment is a one-page essay form, and you do have to turn that in order to get the credit for participation with this workshop if you are attending the workshop for purposes of completing credits. If you are just attending the workshop for the purposes of, positive increase and bettering yourself, then we do still ask that you do these journaling assignments, but you all do not have to get credit. However, it is important to remember that this program is created with the journaling action steps in place so that you can receive the most from the workshop. Okay. So our first action step for journaling, it says, as you sit quietly in the presence of the Most High Yahuwah Elohim, take an account of how you spend or allocate each hour of your day. Just like you keep an account of how you spend your money or allocate your calories. Okay. As you sit quietly in the presence of Elohim, take an account of how you spend or allocate each hour of each day, just like you keep an account of how you spend money or allocate calories. Second action step for journaling states, how can you reorder your day to help you better order your thoughts? How can you reorder your day to help you better order your thoughts? Remember, we have to focus our mind so that we can take order of our day. So The third action step is, how does the order or lack of order in your home, your office, your car, your garage, your room, your space, your workspace, wherever, affect the order or lack of order in your soul? Is there room for more order? How will you bring that to pass, and when? This reminds me of, there are times when you can just clean up your house and instantly the atmosphere feels different. You have a candle going, you have, a clean space, you feel more relaxed. Even when it's laundry day each week for your linens, you clean your linens, or you put clean linens on your bed, and you seem to feel different when you lay in your bed, right? So that's the same premise, all right? Bringing order into our lives. How does that impact it positively? Or how does the lack of order in our space, home, office, car, wherever, affect the order or lack of order in our soul? Is there room for more order? And how will you bring that to pass, and when? Well, the fact that we are going over order today means that we implement it today. So, whatever we need to do, we're going to take the first step today. Okay. Proverbs 4:26 again, consider well the path of your feet, and let all of your ways be established and ordered aright. You guys, I thank you for joining us for this day 20 of the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey, brought to you by Images, imparting motivation, achieving goals, expecting success daily. If you need to contact Images, then please do so at 336-528-4833. Again, that's Images Empowerment, 336-528-4833. If you are on social media, you guys, like, share, subscribe, interact, comment on the post. Find us at Images GSO on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All right. Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Images GSO. And if you need to turn in any written correspondence, which would also include your journaling assignment from today, as well as any other written assignment that you have to turn in, or any other written correspondence that you have for Images, whether it be a question or anything, okay? Please send all written correspondence to imagesgso@gmail.com. That's imagesgso@gmail.com. And to find out more about our programs, our services, the ministry, how you can help, how you can be a part, how you can get more involved, then go to imagesempowerment.org. Visit our website at www.imagesempowerment.org. You guys, again, thank you. We are geared, we're pretty much on schedule today, because we get the first 30 minutes of presentation, and then we get the second half of the hour dedicated to the journaling assignment. So we're going to go ahead and close out this workshop presentation with prayer. You guys are going to get to your journaling assignments, and remember to turn them in. But Most High Yahuwah, I am grateful for the information that you have given, whether it was correction for us to do something and be better, whether it was some type of divine insight or, revelation knowledge that we received today. Abba Yahuwah, I am grateful, and I thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful for the people who join on each platform. I am grateful for the people who are benefited and impacted in a positive way via this workshop. Continue, Abba Yahuwah, to go with us as we depart from this workshop, and continue to divinely guide and divinely protect each and every one of us, no matter where we are in all that we do. Abba Yahuwah, you are our salvation, and we are grateful, grateful, grateful. So be it, so it is, so it shall be. As stated, you guys, you get the next 30 minutes to do your journaling assignments. And please remember to turn in your journaling assignments so that you can get your credit for participation and attendance today. All right. I am going to see if we have any questions, concerns, or comments in the chats before we go. Well, any questions in the in the chat section. We do have a few comments, but I'm looking specifically for questions on each platform. I don't really see any questions. I thank everybody for, the chat conversations that were going on. I appreciate you guys for your participation. You guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your journaling. Be honest and insightful, all right? Because this is to benefit and impact you positively. so that we can maximize our full potential and be our authentic selves and stay in divine alignment with the Most High. You guys have a great rest of your day.